Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome, 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 media, welcome, attendees, park staff, pooches, and friends. My name is Janice Lukes. I'm the city councilor for Waverly West, and we've got a short little program that we're going to go through here, and I'll be introducing our guest speakers also. So I want to first of all give you a little bit of history about La Barrière. La Barrière Park is not located in the city of Winnipeg. It's one of a few parks that is located outside city limits. Back in the 60s, 70s, the city purchased land and developed parks that were outside its boundaries. And this is one of the absolute treasures that we have here to enjoy. It's in the RM of Reshot, and I don't know if the mayor of Reshot's here. We invited him, and he's not here, but is he Chris Ewan? But anyways, so I also want to tell you a little bit about the name La Barrière Park. La Barrière Park is named after a very historic event that led to the creation of Manitoba. The event didn't occur here, but very close in St. Norbert along the banks of the La Salle River. In 1869, the Métis learned that Governor McDougall was heading from the east with arms and men. The Métis were already nervous about their land as they had had confrontations with surveyors in the past and were concerned about the upcoming transfer of land. The Hudson Bay Company that owned and governed the Métis land was set to transfer it to the Canadian government, and the Métis of the area were not well informed of the terms of the transfer and how it would affect them, and they were very concerned. Riel and a group of committee members met in St. Norbert, actually where the site of the St. Norbert Church is, with Father Noel Richot, to discuss and plan how to stop McDougall from entering this territory. A group of Métis militia built a 3-foot wooden barrier along the banks of the La Salle in St. Norbert, blocking the Pembina Trail crossing. The barrier was successful and prevented government officials from occupying the territory and proving that the Métis would resist being taken over. This was the start of the Red River Renaissance, which ended in the creation of the Manitoba Act that officially declared Manitoba a province. The intervention of the Métis forced the authorities to undertake negotiations that brought about the creation of Manitoba and enshrined the rights of the population of the Red River. There's a commemorative stone that now sits in St. Norbert about this incident at the around the farmers market area. So that's where the name came from, and I think in these times we're living in now, it's very interesting. It's always been interesting, but even more so. La Barrière Park is a nature lover's paradise located just minutes away, waiting to be discovered. The park is 323 acres or 84 hectares. It's huge in size, and it hugs the banks of the La Salle River. I would like to bring recognition at this point to a key player, actually, in the redevelopment of this park. And I'd like to bring recognition to Mr. Bob Rowley, over there, who is in attendance here today with his beautiful wife, Judy. Bob is the founder of the St. Norbert Farmers Market. He's a past member of Heritage St. Norbert and someone who we call fondly the mayor of St. Norbert. He has been an inspiration to me. He's an inspiration to the now city councilor for that area, who we work with to continue preserving heritage and highlighting our history here. And he's been a key inspiration for me in improving La Barrière Park. Over the past 7 years, I've worked with many partners. The city's Public Works Department invested $3 million in an upgrade in the road in Waverly leading to La Barrière Park for the businesses, for residents, and for the park. Through some great negotiations with City Council, funding for a $400,000 washroom was secured and built. New fire pits and benches have been installed. And over the past 3 years, an incredible partnership with the Manitoba Cricket Association has evolved, creating a second site for cricket, one of the fastest growing sports in Winnipeg, here at Barrière Park. 3 new cricket fields and a batting cage are being constructed, funded by the province of Manitoba and many city councillors. And I'd like to acknowledge the Vice President of the Manitoba Cricket Association, Mr. Parmajit Shahi, who has also been an inspiration in helping to improve the park. We're adding more trees. We put in 50 last year. We're putting in another 50 this fall. And now today, another long-desired project finally is opening, the kayak and canoe launch, which Councillor Chambers and I have partnered on. And I will invite now Councillor Chambers up to talk more about this exciting opportunity and time we have here.
Thank you, Councillor Lukes. I just want to acknowledge MLA Janice Morley-Lecomte, who's joined us now. I want to thank you all for attending the official ribbon cutting and opening of the Barrière Park Kayak and Canoe Beachfront launch. I want to start by acknowledging that we're gathered here on Treaty 1 territory, the ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Oji-Cree, Dene, and Dakota peoples, the birthplace of the Métis Nation and the heart of the Métis Nation homeland. In our busy lifestyles, health and wellness is sometimes overlooked as we work towards that next merit increase or that new position title, or simply as we look after our families on a day-to-day basis. In all of our efforts to define our own success, why isn't it that we put health and wellness as a top priority? Health and wellness through recreational activities helps us achieve a balance in our life towards being happier and healthier. Outdoor adventure activities for people with limited physical abilities gives participants feelings of success and improved feelings of confidence. There's no greater opportunity for people to experience self-actualization and the spiritual renewal, the creative expression, and the discovery and stimulation than what leisure activities can offer. Social interaction through recreation breaks down unfamiliarity and fear and isolation. It breaks down factors associated with racism and promotes positive contact between different ethnic groups and the broader community. The strength of a community is increased through recreation activities that allow people to share cultural differences and ethnic differences. Today's ribbon cutting and yesterday's announcement regarding the South Winnipeg Rec Center is so much more than about a kayak launch or brick and mortars. It is about building communities through public gathering spaces and providing inclusive opportunities for Winnipeggers with a variety of abilities. I'm most proud of being an elected official where I have the opportunity through investments like this to contribute towards healthy, sustainable, inclusive communities. It says something about who we are as a city and the values we build upon to increase the well-being of our citizens. So as we cut this ribbon and officially open this beachfront kayak canoe launch, we do so to connect with nature and the environment. We do so to promote active living and healthy outcomes. We do so to increase the diversity of recreational opportunities and the inclusion of all Winnipeggers to take part. I want to thank you, Councillor Lukes, for your hard work and dedication in moving this from a to-do list to a to-done list. I'm so happy to have partnered with you on this initiative. And I also want to take time to thank our hard-working public service, Jason Bell and Rob Zanowich. It's your vision for this launch to make it functional, and the hard work. This was a job that was done in-house, and I'm proud to say that. It was City of Winnipeg staff that came and made this a reality, and thank you very much for those hard efforts. We invite Winnipeggers, Janice and I invite Winnipeggers to come to South Winnipeg to use this launch. If I can say this, we have reduced some of the recreational barriers at La Barrière Park. Thank you, merci, and miigwech.
I want to hug you. That sounded pretty mayoral there, Councillor Chambers. All right, okay. Now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Mr. Jeff Vincent from Paddle, Manitoba. I don't know your official title, but you're the guy that gets things done, right? So the guy that gets things done at Paddle, Manitoba, he's got a great team out here. And I hope you explain to us, to everyone here, your involvement and relationship on this project and what the future holds. Thank you.
Thank you, Janice. Isn't this launch outstanding? I'm so excited about this. And it's one of those things that probably a couple winters ago, meeting with Jason and Eric was involved. I know, I was starting to wonder if it was going to happen. So I am so pleased both of you kept pushing this along. So this day has been a long time coming. Paddle Manitoba has been running organized events from this site for many years now, most recently led by Charles Burchill, who's in the water behind me. The launch you're looking at started taking shape over 3 years ago, and honestly, probably a lot longer than that as well. During a meeting between Paddle Manitoba and Jason Bell from the City of Winnipeg. A gentle push from councillors Janice Lukes and Marcus Chambers finally turned an idea into reality. Like that gentle push?
Yes, that helps people.
But probably more than a gentle push, but I'm trying to be politically correct. Yeah. A big thank you goes out to Janice, Marcus, and Jason for their efforts in making a launch at La Barrière Park a reality. From these meetings with the City of Winnipeg, another benefit to paddlers emerged. Repurposing of the old washrooms at the top of the hill behind us, or I guess in front of us, into a storage area and meeting area for Paddle Manitoba and other paddling events. This will allow us to provide a wider service offering to paddlers, especially to people new to the sport. Having canoes, kayaks, and SUPs this close to the river will expand recreation services to the park. I want to thank Councillors Janice Lukes and Marcus Chambers for their support in making this a reality as well. Also, thanks to Jason Bell from the City of Winnipeg, Charles Burchill and Eric Gauselman from Paddle Manitoba, and the support of the Paddle Manitoba membership and executive team. This is now a new home for our organization. I want to thank the City of Winnipeg for making that happen for us. I look forward to inviting all of you back to the grand opening of this revitalized facility and a ribbon cutting when it's complete. So thank you very much. Thank you to the City of Winnipeg for your support in making this a reality. Thank you.
Yes, we're going to be doing a ribbon cutting of the new revised washroom facility in I don't know when, but soon. So, and I would also like to acknowledge, I see him out here. I see Mr. Dave Domke here, who's the Director of Parks. Yay, Dave! We have seen, since the pandemic started, a tremendous increase in our park usage throughout the city. At La Barrière, we've seen, I believe it was a 90% increase in park usage. And I know we're putting a lot of heat on the parks departments and holding them to the fire. And you know what? They're pulling through and they're doing a good job. The pandemic has a lot of silver linings, and the increased use in parks, in my opinion, is absolutely one of them. So it's now time to finally cut the ribbon. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, 3 count here, so we all do it at the same time.
All right.
Can we socially distance?
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good there. Okay, on 3.
1. Oh,
2.
you're counting.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Yay!
It's open.
It's open.
All right.